Hello, flops. No, you guys are actually not flops, but I have simply been watching Mike's Mike, which probably means I'm gonna be calling people flops. But hi, welcome to my channel. It's me, Eva. Every single person watching this video, I'm almost 100% sure knows me. But let me talk to you for 1 second. Got you set up in a little bucket of markers. I don't know if that, oh, okay. Okay, I'm actually decidedly this year part of my vision board. Maybe I should, oh my gosh, should I share my vision board? Maybe I'll make that a video as well. But, or part of this one. I am currently in my scrapbooking era, and by that I mean I'm starting it as part of my vision board. Of 2025, I wanted to scrapbook again in a much simpler form than what I grew up doing, which was pretty intense, but I want to just do it with, like, I have all these things that I want to remember from all these trips and, like, simple things. Like last night I learned how to play Archduke, so I did in fact keep the little score paper. It was so much fun, by the way. I'm obsessed with it. So just like every kind of thing I'm keeping, and I'm scrapbooking, and I'm just gonna remember it, and it's gonna be such a fun way to look back on the years. I do have quite a bit of stuff here from 2024 and 2023 that I want to scrapbook today. I don't think I'll be able to get through all of it, but that's what we're doing. Also, my current favorite YouTuber slash vlogger right now, her name is Sophia Jane, and she is from Australia, and she does mostly weekly vlogs. And she's like, I think she's maybe 25 or 24. No, I think she's 25. So she's like really close to my age. And she just like does so many things that I love to do. She like loves to read. She loves to scrapbook. She loves to hang out with her girly pops. She loves to drink a matcha and like have a day at home, and like, honestly, I'm making it sound like we're the only two girls in the world that do that, but I know everyone does that. Anyway, I'm obsessed with her. I love her Week in the Life videos. So I thought perhaps I would try it. I am starting this on a Saturday, which is not normally what I would think of for a weekly vlog, but I was just sitting down to scrapbook and I felt very inspired, especially because I got inspired to scrapbook by Sophie Jane. So I'm going to show you this mess in front of me that is hopefully going to be turned into art. Another important thing to note, I'm drinking an iced Americano with a splash of heavy cream. Is there any sound better than this? Anyway, I am home alone today, which means one thing, and that means Yap City from Eva. So maybe this was gonna end up being a Saturday in my life because I'm gonna talk so much instead of a weekly vlog, but we'll see. We'll see how the day goes on. Here I have, I'm calling this my Hannah stack. It has like a letter from her, the Nespresso she got me, a card that she sent me, just a bunch of things from her, from my friend Hannah from Iowa, and like this little letter from my cousin Christina. I have this from when I went to Yosemite and Sequoia, so I have another flyer. I have some of those pictures to print. Family Christmas, some weddings that I went to, cards and like notes from my little cousins. I have this little mini golf scorecard when I went on a trip. All these tickets from when I went to Japan. I have a whole stack of Christmas cards. I'm gonna make like a couple Christmas card pages. And just like notes. This is from the day I got home from the deployment. Just all the things. So, like I said, here, oh no. Here I have pictures printed from the half marathon and then also the London trip. And a couple from the summer as more deployment pictures. And then deployment pictures and coming home from deployment. So that's kind of what I'm gonna work on today. Okay, I just finished my first page. She's simple, but this is like kind of the vibe I'm going for. I just have like this is from our England trip this last summer for work, and that's it. It honestly was so fun and so easy. Like, I just took some paper. I love these little like tape glue ruler things, so easy. And then I wrote a little bit about the pictures.
time I see my fearless tattoo on the back of my arm.
Good morning, you guys. Welcome back to another vlog with Eva Chop. I have not vlogged in a while. I did try one time to do a weekly vlog and I got one clip and that was it. So, but today is Monday. It's almost 10 a.m. I have been up since 6, had a little sleep in. And honestly, it's been the most wonderful, amazing, slow morning. I just woke up, worked out, spent a long time with Jesus, and then I made breakfast and I watched a couple vlogs. I think watching people's vlogs always inspires me to vlog. And I have some things to do today. I am not working, so let's talk about it. Got a little to-do list and a grocery list here. I did also think that I kind of want to make sourdough English muffins now that I'm not as scared to do sourdough baking anymore. I have attempted these one other time and they did not work out well. I'm gonna grab my laptop. So hopefully I can figure them out now that I'm a little more experienced and my starter is pretty mature, etc, etc. So yeah, the first couple things that I want to start with, actually, let's go change and put on something that's not, I just literally have my pajamas under the sweatshirt, and do something with his hair, and then we can get into it. Okay, I'm feeling quite ready for the day. I literally am wearing mascara. For what? I cannot tell you, but I just all of a sudden got excited. So here we are. First thing we're gonna do is feed my sourdough starter. What I have been doing recently for feeding my starter is I use this organic unbleached arrowhead flour from Walmart. Okay, I'm just gonna sit down and have a little chat with you about my starter. I started very recently, when I want to feed my starter for baking specifically, mixing it in a bigger bowl like this, just because I need more starter, and it's way easier to stir. Like, why are we doing it in a jar? It's so hard to get all the crevices, in my opinion, but perhaps I am just not as talented. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so I do equal parts starter, water, and flour. I know there's a lot of ways to do it, and you don't have to weigh it, but let me just tell you, this is what works for me, okay? This is what works for me, and my camera is dying. I want to make English muffins, and I'll probably try to do some bagels too, so I'm just gonna do a lot, honestly. I'm gonna do like 150 grams if I have enough. Once I actually want to use this, I'll take some of the starter out and refeed it in here to keep in my fridge until I want to bake again. Looks like I've got like 140. Maybe I can get 145. I also always use this wooden spoon. Mary got it for me a long time ago and I have used it so many times. Okay, we got 145. Just want you to be able to see the bowl. Okay, so we've got that 145. Now I'm just going to zero it out. All right, now let's hit it with the water. Sometimes after I stir it up, I'll add a little bit more water. I just really go on how the texture looks. It's so easy to overdo this. And I know it's not that serious, but sometimes I just like rules, okay? I actually do not have too much laundry, but I bought a couple baby gifts. I thrifted some, and I'm dying to wash them so I can put them with the rest of my gift, which I can show you after this. I started doing this gift idea when my best friend Anita had her baby, and then I did it for my other bestie Stacy when she had a baby, and it is just so much fun. And I think it's just one of those things too where I'm like, right now I am just allowed to spend my money however I want. And when all your closest friends are having babies, it's so fun to just like pop off and do what you want for them. I've done all of the necessary steps to set myself up to want to be productive, and I was wanting to be productive, but all of a sudden I just want to sit on that little egg chair and read. Like, I don't actually want to do anything. I do have my coffee. Yeah, I have dishes to wash, but I have my coffee that has long been cold, so there's only one thing to do, and that is add ice. I love this mug. It's my matcha Tokyo mug, which, speaking of, I need to make matcha again. Maybe I I just realized what's gonna make me want to do something. Let's make lavender syrup. I have been meaning to make lavender syrup for days, and it hasn't happened, and today is gonna be the day. Okay, I know I just said that I love this mug, but I'm also obsessed with this cup. It's my bow cup from Anthropologie. Which one do I do? I think I'm gonna do this one because I like the size of it better for sliding. It's not very good. With a straw. Got my heavy cream here. Do a little splash of that. Got it kind of a lot. Whoops. Okay. I'm wearing white and like a little bit of yellow. I don't really have a straw for that. So we're gonna go with a curly clear one. Ooh, that's actually really good. So let's start cooking the syrup because that seems like really easy and doable and something that I've been wanting to get done. Instead of looking up a recipe, I'm just gonna do what my friend Lanita told me works because it sounded really easy and I just want to wing it. So let's start with that. I'm gonna do a double batch. I don't know if I just said that, but I just put 2 cups of water in here. And now I'm gonna get 2 cups of, oh no, do I even have enough sugar? I don't even know if I have 1 cup, to be honest. Okay. So we've got water and sugar. And then 5 tablespoons. I have these organic, oh my gosh. These organic culinary grade lavender flowers. 1, 2. Gorgeous. Also, I don't know if you're noticing a new angle, but I have you on top of my stove on top of some jars that I added recently. I added this picture. Mary gave it to me for Christmas, and it is not centered, but it just, I have a panel you can see from here to there, and it's centered on that, not on the whole stove. But then I just added these little jars here and I'm obsessed with them. I have my lavender, my Brazil nuts, I have made some cinnamon butter, flaky salt, pumpkin seeds, and granola. And speaking of which, I need to eat my Brazil nuts for today. I started eating 2 a day. I got myself excited with lavender. So now let's quick wash the dishes while I'm distracted. While it's cooking a little bit. Maybe I should just look up some instructions really quick. Alright, next thing's next. My laundry is done, so I need to switch into the drawer and then hang up my hanging things. This is actually really exciting, you guys. Okay, now that this area is cleaner back here, we need to hang a painting back up there. I am not feeling too confident in my abilities. We're gonna take the cast iron down. Here's what we're working with. I finally got a frame for this picture. I am obsessed with this picture. If you've been in my kitchen anytime from, well, the entire time I've lived here, and then also I even had this when I was in Kokomo, I've had this picture above my sink. It just like reminds me of the time I spent growing up with my aunts and my cousins canning. And it's very comforting and it matches the old-timey vibe in my kitchen. So I'm thinking I want to put it like a little bit further up, and then eventually I'd like to get a little shelf to put here, and then one that I can hang a paper towel on under it. In the little shelf I could put some little stuff on it. I might move, like I have my little salt and my baking soda, I might move those on the shelf, and just some different things. Okay, so I've got these 2 nails that like look thick enough to hold it. It's not like terribly heavy, but it is a whole wooden frame, you know? And then the next task is getting it even. Can I do it? We will find out together. Okay, I did the maths, I did the measuring. Now is time for the final truth, I suppose. I do still think it's a little crooked, but it's closer and I think it's gonna be sturdy enough. I suppose time will tell. But that is what it's looking like now. So then imagine a little shelf like right here with like stuff that I can put on it and a little paper towel holder far enough above that it doesn't get wet. I don't know, I'm really liking it. Over here, let's look at the lavender. It smells like lavender tea right now, but this is the syrup. Allegedly, this is the syrup. Let us find out for ourselves. Sieve. It's more, I thought it would be thicker for some reason, but let this cool off a little bit more and then we will try it with something later. Maybe a matcha. I just marked another thing off of my to-do list and it is, oh, 11:53. It's so early in the day. So I'm gonna take the rest of that little iced coffee and I'm actually just gonna plop into my egg chair and read a little bit because I can, and that's like really what I wanna do. So then I'll finish my laundry later because there's still some drying, and I'm not gonna do my grocery or my meal prep until Wednesday. I'm just looking at my to-do list. So my other thing that I wanted to do was trim off some bits of my Pink Princess philodendron plant because it is getting so big again. I'm just so worried about it. I always go back and forth, like so excited that it's growing and then it's growing so much and then I cut more of it off. I've given some away, like some, what's it called? Propagations of it. And I have one that's growing there, but I'm always worried that it's like not getting enough sun, and then I'm like, should I just get rid of it? But then I'm so excited every time it gets a new leaf. Like, I will show you the updates on it later, but right now I'm gonna go read and then we can talk about plants. So basically, finish laundry, do the Pink Princess. That's kind of the only two things I have left for today. I would also like to maybe straighten that up a little bit, but things are kind of good. Things are going well. And I might also scrapbook. Like, my kitchen table has been looking like a bit of a mess, I will admit, but it's just kind of my crafting area right now, and I will not be brought to feel bad about that. And I like being able to work on it whenever I want, and I hardly ever eat at my table, so it hasn't bothered me at all to have it there, other than it like feeling cluttered over here. So anyway, the chair calls me. I will talk to you in a bit. Hello, old friends. I don't really want, okay, wait, what? Work is getting changed for tomorrow, but this is the third person to text me about it. Like, are they just all talking amongst themselves, but no one is telling me that they're telling me? No one is telling each other that they're talking to me? Actually, you know what? I'm not complaining because I would rather have over communication than lack thereof. It is messing up some of my evening plans a little bit, but I think it's gonna be fine. I'm not gonna panic, and I'm gonna pack an overnight bag in case I get stuck because several people have mentioned it's a possibility with the flight I have tomorrow. Anyway, all of that to say, it is 3:30. Yikes. Last time I talked to you, I think it was like 2 hours ago, I went and read my book and I ate some lunch, and then I watched some YouTube and I took a nap. I'm just gonna be candid with you. Like, I don't actually have much to do today, and I really wanted to do that. I actually wanted to keep sleeping, but I'm not going to. Right now, I've decided that I'm going to make a matcha, and then clean my toilet, and then we're going to make some little propagations of my pink princess plant. And I'm really excited. I just like want her to thrive. So we're gonna do that together, but I need to try my lavender syrup and a matcha. In my hands I have a little packet from the Matcha Tokyo. Here. I did not last in my jeans, by the way. I'm back in my trusty old sweats. But last time I used this, it was clumpy. So we are going to put it through this gigantic sip because I don't have a small one. And I don't want it to be clumpy. Now I'm going to use my little whisker. Let's add some lavender syrup. I'm gonna start with a tablespoon. I know that sounds like a lot, but I really want the lavender to come through. I just fear it may make it too sweet. I've got you in the freezer. I've got a bunch of ice. This makes the bow stand out so much. Got my organic grass-fed whipping cream. And let's just do a little dabble do ya. I'm gonna get my squiggly straw from earlier. Okay. It does appear that we still have a little bit of clumpage. Maybe the Matcha Tokyo to-go matcha is not all that I thought it was. But I mean, come on. Look at this drink. Okay, I'm kind of nervous. Okay. The matcha itself is incredible. Like, the drink tastes wonderful. And I do get a little hint of lavender. I'll tell you that. I do get a little hint. Yeah. I think I would cook it longer next time. And maybe look up a different recipe that doesn't say to cook it for 8 minutes, because that was not it. Or maybe put a little more lavender in it. I'll see. But as of now, I'm not complaining. So right now is where I have my pink girls right now, because this is an excellent spot for sun in the winter. So it's a good spot for them in the winter. Okay, this girl, I'm so proud of her. It does have this one gigantic leaf that doesn't look to be doing that amazing. But I don't know, like, just look at all of these sprouts that are coming off of it. Like, there's so many beautiful little baby new leaves. And my thing is with this, I don't understand, is it hasn't grown any roots. Which the one that I had for my friend Lisa, it took a while, but it did eventually get some coming from these little knob offshoots. And I haven't had that with this one. And it has been in here for a very long time. And the one that I was propagating for her was also in here for a very long time. So I don't know what that means, like if I need to just stick it in some soil anyway. But I would also need to get more soil to do that. So when I looked how to propagate these a very long time ago, it did say to cut just a little bit above where those knobs are. And then you let the stem, the bottom, dry out for a couple days. And then you just put it in water. This is my big girl, my original princess. And she just keeps growing. She's rather big. And the stem has now literally turned to grow sideways. Like, it's not just falling, but it was falling so much that it turned and grew. And also, I don't know if you can tell, but right here is where I cut her before. Cut off a big stem. And I'm thinking of doing like quite a few more, just because, I mean, this pot has been through it. You see this hideous line. But I kind of want to keep her in here. Cut off some little shoots, just have them all there on the windowsill, and then I would like to eventually put them into some new pots and see if they can keep growing. And I should eventually repot this one as well. I don't know, you guys, I'm literally such an amateur when it comes to plants, so if you have any knowledge, or you think you know, you have suggestions, anything that you think I should do with these, let me know, because I just go so back and forth with plants where I'm like, I just need to give them all up because I'm gone so much. and they don't get the love and the care they need, which is so drama. Ooh. Okay. Ooh, look. There's like very pigmented red. It looks like grape juice that comes out of it. Ooh. Kind of bitter. Probably should not have tasted that. This one is looking much shorter and gorgeous now. Wow. Okay. This is actually so good. It's so good. I think though that I was just expecting stronger lavender, but it like you do so it gets this like most wonderful aftertaste. Hello, it's Wednesday and I'm back and I don't actually want to do anything, but here I am. Put on the sweatshirt. I'm so chilly and it's time to do some things. I got my groceries this morning and this is, oh, that means I can mark this off. Slay. I think what I'm gonna start with is actually making a fun beverage. I'm just gonna keep it simple today. I'm gonna do a little Axio. Drink packet. This bread box is my little drink thing and I love it. So hopefully this can make me focus, make me be productive, and then honestly later I'll probably have like a fun drink as well. I've acquired my Axio and it is in fact now time to wash all my veggies so I can get started with chopping and prepping them. Honestly, my tasks for today are not that crazy. I just didn't want to get off the couch, so that's me. I just pulled my onions out of the fridge. I started doing this sometimes because I find that if I cut a cold onion, it is less likely to make my eyes sting. So I've got 1.5 whole onions and then I've got a couple halved shallots. So I'm gonna chop that and get ready for a chopping montage. Come chop with me. Okay, I'm done massaging my cabbage. Let me show you. This is what it looks like. It's actually quite watery down there. That's all of the water that the salt and the massaging helped the cabbage release. But now I'm going to attempt to shove all of that, so it's 2 small heads of cabbage, into 2-quart jars. Because I only have 2 of my fancy fermenting lids right now, and I honestly just thought that this would be enough, but now I'm worrying that I won't be able to get it in there. So let's get to stuffing. Guys, I don't think I've talked about this on YouTube before. Correct me if I'm wrong. But if you are looking to get into fermenting, as I am into fermenting, when I first began, I had a lot of people tell me like, Girl, it's so easy. You don't need to get anything. You can take a couple bigger leaves of the cabbage, put it down and weigh it down with stones. And I did that. I did do that. And you know what? I will say this. It did work. Okay? I did do that and it did work. However, I was usually stressing about the stones because I was afraid, or the rocks, whatever. I was afraid that they were deteriorating into the cabbage because they would get like, I don't know, the texture would change every time I soaked them. And I couldn't get enough stones in it to keep everything under because the stones, like there was no perfect shaped one to put in there. And then I would have to burp my stuff all the time, which I like expected. I didn't think that was crazy, but I just had so many messes, and I do a lot with purple cabbage. So I would just have purple juice. Like first it was standing ahead on top of my bread box, and then it like ran all down there. So then I put a towel under it, and then it stained my towels. All of that being said, you can totally do that and it does totally work, and it is no equipment, right? And that is amazing. However, one day I did buy some glass weights, but then my sister Lanita, for my Christmas, bought me this set of 4 lids and 4 glass weights. So the weight is gonna hold everything down. I'm gonna pour a little more of this liquid in here. Oh, hello. Okay, I don't need that much. Okay, now I'm making a mess. So you put those glass weights in. It's going to perfectly cover for a wide mouth jar, like all of your, it's just gonna hold everything down. I like to check to see if there's any bits of cabbage floating up, because anything that does not stay submerged will mold. These are the game changers, I'm not gonna lie. You screw this on. You pop this in, and now this will allow it to release gas without spilling over. And it also doesn't let air in, it just comes out. And if there is an overflow, just because like I have my water level probably a little bit high in here, it can come into here and then you can dump this out if you need to. I did have to do that one time on the last one because I like really shoved this down and it was in the water, so it like suckled it up. So guys, I had cabbage, carrots, red onion, and regular onion with dill fermenting last time. I did not touch them. Well, okay, that's not true. 2 of them, I dumped these out once. But I literally didn't have to do anything for like, and I let it ferment for 3.5 months, or 3.5 weeks. And they just sat there and I did nothing. It was so, and there was just no mess. So that's my fermenting tangent for today. I didn't really think that we would get there. But also, it's only 1:35. Have I done all of my food prep? The other day when I vlogged, I cut these for propagation and they have been drying out ever since then. So I think we need to find some little cups and jars to put these in, and they can start their journey. I have in front of me 3 cups. 2 girls, 1 rose. 1 stays, 1 goes. Okay, I have some little mugs. Does that work? I kind of feel like it does, and I feel like it's perfect because of how short the stem is with the 2 leaves that I'm trying to keep. I do fear these actually may not be long enough. I was gonna do, oh, okay, so that will not work. Is it weird that this one is just like in, I feel like this is not gonna work, but we'll see. Okay, let's go move them in to get some sunshine. Okay, I've got them all here on my bathroom windowsill. Wow, I'm kind of obsessed. I love how the pink is popping there. Like, that is so stunning. I've also got my ground beef going. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a fridge tour so you can see what we're working with for this week. All right, we've got eggs, avocado, a little bit of gravy left, some tomatoes. I made my own lavender syrup, and wait, I talked about this earlier. I actually put it in a coffee and I really think that I like it just like it is. Some canned chicken I ate part of, and some rice that I had made. Here I have my whole row of fermented foods. I am running low on my 2 faves, so that is why I made more sauerkraut. I will definitely run out before 3 weeks, LOL. I've got some blueberries. This is sourdough discard that I couldn't get myself to throw away, so I want to do something with it, but I don't know what. And then I have the onions, broccoli, and Brussels sprouts that I just chopped, as well as my favorite sourdough pancakes. Maybe I'll feed that and make some more of these. I just don't need them right now, but I could... I could give some to my sister Marion because I know that she likes them too. Then I have some dates and some cherry tomatoes. This is some veg that I cut a while ago because I have extra from a recipe. So I need to see if that's still good, honestly. And then I have some yogurt. This is my little dairy cart. I have some raw cheddar cheese in here from Maple City Market. You know I love cheese, but this is the best cheese I have literally ever had in my whole entire life, just so you know. And then I have my squash in here and some spinach and 1 sourdough biscuit. And then here, I have 2 half loaves of sourdough bread and a couple spinach wraps. My door is chaotic, but it's gonna stay like that. Okay, hopefully it's supposed to look like this, because this is supposed to turn into 12 English muffins. That's kind of crazy. That does not feel correct. But let us look up a bagel recipe. Okay, I may have been a little bit too enthusiastic about the flour that I added. But I do remember I would, like, sometimes when I was hand eating these, I would be like, there is no way it can take any more flour. Like, it's just not gonna work. So I think I didn't add quite the last cup of flour, so, or the last half cup, excuse me. But everything else is good, and I'm gonna set this aside. I found the recipe for the tortillas, and it looks pretty simple. Oh, I made a bit of a mess. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm not gonna film this because it's just gonna be me putting ingredients into stuff, but I'm using the Farmhouse on Boone tortilla shell recipe. Good morning. Alright, this is the bagels a couple hours later. I usually make these holes like really big because as they rise they get smaller, and then also when you boil them they shrink a little bit. In here I have water with a tablespoon of baking soda and a tablespoon of brown sugar coming to a boil, and then we're literally going to boil them 1 minute on each side, and then they're good to go. I am going to do a little bit of experimenting. I'm going to top one with a little bit of mozzarella cheese and one with Parmesan, and then I'm also going to do one with some of my bigger granule Celtic sea salt. All right, water's boiling. It's time to go in. I think I'm going to do 2 at a time. I like putting them in upside down so that when I flip them and I get them out, just start my timer, because then I'll flip them and then they'll be the right way to scoop them up and put them back on the pan. I don't know if that makes sense. Alright, I decided on 2 Parmesan one with the mozzarella, and then I have one with the Celtic sea salt on it. So we'll see. You can also kind of see the difference between these two have not been boiled. So they already just in the boiling get like bigger and thicker. I'm really liking the look of the two Parmesan ones, but the mozzarella one did get a bit burnt, isn't it? And the salt one, I don't know if this is going to be what I was envisioning. I'm just realizing that this salt is going to be quite crunchy and aggressive, but we'll see. These ones all look gorgeous, like literally perfect, nice and soft still. Yeah, I'm very excited. Hello girls, welcome back to the channel. The time has come upon us to mix up the English muffins. I added to the fermented dough honey, salt, and baking soda. Baking soda was optional. Due to my lack of motivation, I did make myself a coffee because even though it is 2:15 in the afternoon, I seem to think that consequences are not a real thing for me. So yeah, instead of people that have a rescue dog and they're like, he rescued me. That's how I feel about this coffee today. Like, she rescued me. Blue straw to match the blue writing on my sweatshirt, obviously. Okay, it doesn't look horrible. Let's like... Oh. Okay, gorge. Yeah, we're just gonna let them keep cooking. Meanwhile... Okay. Okay. So I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, I actually got 12. Gorgeous. Definitely a little bit messy. We'll have to see what the flavor is like before we decide if this was worth it, because wow, wowie, wow. So in here, we also have tortilla shells. Okay, these two both reached over 190 on the temp, but they're quite soft. They do feel baked, but I don't know if I have a good feel for that. So I'm letting them cool, and then I'm gonna cut one of them open. But for the next two that I put in here, I tried to make them a little flatter. So I wonder if that will help. Okay guys, we're gonna do a moment of truth. Hopefully this has cooled enough for me to cut it open, but I'm just dying to see what it looks like inside. I kind of want to tear it. Oh, it's stunning. Oh, a little steam. It smells quite nice. Wait, that is so good. I love that. You guys, I have to tell you something, and it's actually so important. The other half of that English muffin I stuck into the toaster, toasted it, took it out, put a little butter and a little bit of salt on it, and that is how I eat English muffins normally, like the ones that I'm like low-key a crackhead for English muffins made like that. I cannot tell you how perfect this is. It's so good. It's so good, and I can't believe I made that. Like, I can just make, like, these fermented for 23 hours. Okay, so I still have my last 3 English muffins to go, but I thought I might as well start with the tortillas. Oh, they smell good. I just don't want them to flop like they did last time I tried them. I was sore devastated, but it's already feeling, the dough feels much better. So this also needs to be divided into 12, so obviously I won't be weighing every single one. Yes, ma'am. Okay, so these are also some of the ones that I did thinner. Oh dear. May have cooked them a little bit longer. A little bit too long. That's okay. I am just so thrilled that it's working out. I'm figuring it out, you guys. Okay, so I did decide to try my big cast iron skillet for the tortilla shells, and I just dropped one on there. I will say these are still way smaller than I imagined, so maybe next time I'll make 12 tortillas, but then for breakfast if I need I can just have 2, or I can have smaller burritos and just put like some of my filling on the side or something. I don't know, but I love the way that it's bubbling up. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Wait, I'm so excited. You guys, here they are. I definitely have some room to improve here. The first one that I had was very tortilla-like and nice and floppy and bendable, as this last one also is. But some in the middle got quite a bit more pita-y in my opinion. And I'm not sure what I did to deserve that. No, I think I mean, obviously they were thicker, but all of those ones were also on the small pan. So I stopped using that because they were just too, like, thick. So I don't know if it's like a heat thing or what, but I'm just going to let these cool off a little bit. I'm just playing with my tortillas. All that being said, I haven't done, like, that much today. I did the English muffins, the tortilla shells, and the bagels. I finished them off, but I also did wake up at 5 o'clock and it worked out immediately. And I ran to do my taxes and I ran to Goodwill. But you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like hard work, and yet I'm exhausted. I'm so tired. So I am going to finally end this vlog. Thank you so much if you made it through this whole journey with me. I hope there's nothing I left out. I really enjoyed having you here to yap with during my baking struggles. You guys, this is just the most gorgeous bagel I've ever seen. With the parm, it was so unbelievably good. That first one that I ate this morning, I literally just ate with butter. I'm not a bagel with butter girl. I am a toast it and put cream cheese on that thing, or make a sandwich. And I literally ate it with butter and it was so good. It was so soft. And I can't believe the success of the English muffins. I do still have some work on the tortillas, but I'm still excited to use them and they still taste good. So long ramble long, I am live laugh loving being a little domesticated girl. So the huffing the puffing from doing nothing. Oh, okay, rhyme slay. Anyway, seriously, I'm gonna stop talking. I hope you guys have the best rest of your day, and thank you so much for watching. Bye. Skal jeg lige så en halvdyb i, eller hvor jeg død nogle crumb-væser? Okay. Hvad fanden smækker pakkes? Oh my god. Oh! Okay. Så sådan så... så sådan ikke ganz appliqueret nu. Coffee juice. We'll just do a vibe chat. Slay.